The Jaws theme music echoes throughout Martha's Vineyard, or should I say, throughout Amity Island.
Jaws was one of the things that in the early 1970s really put the Vineyard on the national map.
From the iconic landmark connecting Oak Bluffs and Eggertown,
do you recognize the bridge behind me?
To the hotel where cast and crew bunked.
This was one of the buildings that they stayed in while they were filming. There's a lot of scenes at the Chappie Ferry, which is literally 10 steps away.
And even the signs that make a visitor wonder, is Bruce the shark still out there?
So the mechanical shark was named Bruce in honor of Spielberg's lawyer.
And just when you thought it was safe to go back to the island, Jaws is turning 50.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
It's been a half a century since Steven Spielberg's Great White swam into cinematic history.
Suddenly, everybody seemed to know where Martha's Vineyard was, and a significant subset of them seemed to want to come here and see what Amity was like in real life.
Here at the Martha's Vineyard Museum, Bruce the shark still lurks, only this time he is far less real, but equally as frightening.
This gives us an opportunity to really tell the story of Jaws through the eyes of islanders in the island, because I think without the people of this place and this place itself, Jaws wouldn't be.
The new Jaws at 50, a deeper dive exhibit in Vineyard Haven, is a treasure trove for superfans and first-timers alike.
We were fortunate enough to be able to borrow a few things, including one or two of the yellow barrels that were in the filming and one of the two prop heads that were created of Ben Gardner. Iconic scene in the movie.
Visitors are instantly transported to that summer of 1974 when islanders became extras, beachgoers became background, and a mechanical shark nicknamed Bruce became legend.
We were sitting on the beach and the assistant director got out his megaphone and said, "Okay, we need 100 brave people to go in the water and play the crowd." And so we looked at each other and went, sure, why not?
Bo Van Riper, who was 11 at the time of filming, jumped at the chance to be an extra in the movie.
We and I guess 98 other people waded out and out and out and out. And he said, "Okay, now pretend you're in water over your head having a great time. And when the yellow helicopter flies over, panic and swim for shore." And because the water was only a little over waist deep, a bunch of people stood up and the director yelled, "Cut! You're in water over your head. Go back and do it again."
And just when you're about to hum, dun-dum, 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 and walk away, you hear sneakers instead of seeing fins, because Amity Island lives on, not just in memory, but on the pavement.
We kind of joke about the Amity means friendship line in the movie.
Amity, as you know, means friendship.
But truly, that is what our running community is about. Probably 95% of the people in this club I would never know without the club. We're just super supportive of each other.
Amity Island Running Club isn't just a club, it's a community, a pack of locals, seasonal regulars, and visitors who run the island together mile after mile. Islander and club founder Megan McDonald is leading the way.
We really want people to know how fun running is, and it just kind of snowballed, and now we have 40 to 50 runners weekly, and we're a nonprofit, and we host a 5K. We're a pretty big part of the community.
I joined the squad during their state beach run, which just so happens to cross Jaws Bridge. Coincidence? I think not. But here, I guess, the best way to stay ahead of the shark is to stick with the running pod.
How are you guys feeling? How you feeling? I'm okay. You guys go fast. It's a good run.
And one of the runners in the club is the Oak Bluffs police chief, and they joke that he's their celebrity in the crowd because he was actually in Jaws. But now you're running with them. It's got a little competition.
I don't know.
You have a new celebrity.
I got to take you back to that exhibit, which was fantastic. The curator told us that Jaws was actually only in the movie for 4 minutes due to technical difficulties. Oh gosh, I see it behind me. It's scary. And but Spielberg used other tactics to create the suspense, like the John Williams song. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.